So I'll start all over again. Good morning, everybody. We're going to be focusing in today's class on the idea of inversions. Again, no shoulder stands, no headstands, but the idea of inversions is it's a position of the body when your heart is above your head. So there's lots of opportunities to do that. Inversions are very, very good for us in terms of stimulating the thyroid gland, helping us balance our metabolisms. In yoga, it's said that inversions help to reverse the aging process. So maybe by the time class is done, we will not have lost an hour, but we will have gained an hour of youth. Isn't that a nice thought? But just a few caveats about inversions. If you have high blood pressure that is not well controlled with medication, if you have glaucoma, please limit the depth of your forward folds and the length of time you stay there. So having said that, let's go to our chairs and begin our practice. So just taking a minute to settle into your seat, feeling your feet on the floor. So even though we're sitting, our body is alert, awake, and active. Rolling your shoulders a few times to shake off any early morning tension. Let's go the other way. And maybe hike those shoulders up towards your ears, create some tension in your hands and arms, clench your jaw, press your feet into the floor, and then let all of that tension go with a sigh. Let your shoulders drop down. And either closing your eyes or looking softly towards the floor, turning your attention inward. Who are you this morning? What do you bring to your practice? In your body, in your thoughts, in your emotions? Feeling one breath after another. And perhaps directing your attention to where in your body you feel the breath most strongly. Becoming aware of the busyness of your thoughts and allowing those thoughts to just rest in the breath. Be present. Allowing your breath to get a little bit deeper and a little longer, both the inhale and the exhale. Each time you notice that your thoughts are wandering, gently come back to the next breath. So let's take 3 more complete breaths here. And after that third exhale, let the technique go and just allow your natural breath to come back, noticing how do you feel? Just those few minutes of quiet, centered breathing. Good. And then let's bring our centering to a close and get ready to start the rest of our practice by joining our voices in the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Om. Shanti. Peace. May all beings everywhere know and enjoy peace. Well, good morning, sweet pea. We're going to start with some sun breaths, just breathing the arms up and down, just waking up the body. Breathing in as the arms sweep up, looking up if that feels good, and dropping your chin to your chest as you exhale. So let's progress that a little bit. So as the arms come up, let them cross. As they come down, let them cross in front. And just let this be relaxed and effortless. So I'm going to add another little bit here. I'm going to forward fold, starting to warm up the body for those inversions. Let the breath go with a sigh if you want. A couple more times here. And then moving the arms up and letting them remain lifted as you come into seated mountain. Fingertips lift, shoulders relaxed, feet pressed into the floor. Let's take 2 more breaths here, please. Good. And then exhale, lower the hands. Take a minute to notice where you feel sensation. Good. And let's transition now into the 6 movements of the spine, beginning with the dog and the cat. So as you inhale, allow your chest to come forward, your shoulders and your elbows move back, kind of rocking forward a little bit. And then as you exhale, round your spine towards the back of the chair, tuck your chin, roll off your sit bones. So we breathe in and move forward, and we breathe out and round the spine. Always coordinating each movement with the breath. One more time, coming into dog and rounding into cat. Coming back to a straight spine, we'll move into our twist, starting with the right arm. Make sure that arm is nice and active, long from shoulder to fingertip. Exhale, bring that palm to your left knee, left hand to the chair. Always begin by lengthening on that first inhale and allowing the exhale to gently rotate your spine. So remember to not to over twist your neck. Keep it lined up with the center of your chest. I'm going to add a cross of the legs, left over right. Notice where your thoughts go as you're holding. Try to stay present as much as you can. One more breath in. And then exhale. Let's rotate, come around, and go to the other side. Left arm reaches forward. Nice long reach. Good. Exhale. Bring that palm to your right knee, right hand to the chair. Lengthening first before you begin the twist. I'm going to add the cross of the legs, right leg over left. Good. Ready to release. Take an in breath. Uncross your legs if they're crossed. Come around to the front. So you're ready for thread the needle. Let's start with the right side again, stretching that arm forward and then sliding along the left thigh. So remember, how far you go is really up to you. We're starting those inversions, head coming down. Allow your neck to be soft. And you can sweep the left arm out to the side, or you can bring it all the way overhead. Remembering that this is optional, just whatever feels right. Heavy head, relaxed neck. Good, and on an inhale, let's release that and get ready to go to the other side. Left arm reaches forward. Exhale, slide it along. Ease yourself in, asking yourself, do I want a little more, a little less? What would be just perfect this morning? I'm going to add that arm sweep with my right arm. Good. And let's inhale and release. Come on up. Pause for just a breath. Breathe your arms out from the shoulders. Good. Inhale, turn the palms up. Exhale, turn them down. A simple movement that actually moves all the way in your back to your shoulder blades. Inhale, lifting. Exhale, lowering. The next time your palms turn up, we're going to touch them to the shoulders. And then inhale, open the arms. See if you can keep your arms directly out from the shoulders. Good. Breathing in and out. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. So letting your fingertips rest on your shoulders. Let's do a little circle. So your circle might be smaller than mine or bigger than mine. Doesn't matter. It's perfectly fine. And let's go the other way. Good. Now take a breath in with your fingertips on your shoulders, and then exhale, turn to the right. Bring it back to center and exhale to the left. So you can keep going with this side to side twist, or you can make it a little bit deeper by guiding the elbow down to the opposite knee and bringing it up. And exhale. Inhale up, exhale down. And down. And down. A couple more times from side to side. Good. Inhale, open the arms wide, bring your palms together and rest them at your heart. Good. So leaving your right hand at your heart, open the left arm out to the side. And then if you like, twisting a little more, bringing that arm behind your back. Good. Breathe it back to center and switch hands. Arm out to the side, adding the twist. Bring it back. Let's do that a couple more times to each side. Remember, you're only moving within your own personal comfort range. Last time over to the right. Here we go. Now stretch your hands wide in front of you. So nice long arms. Turn your palms out. Breathe in. And as you exhale, bring your hands around behind your back and interlace your fingers. We're going to move into seated yoga mudra. Yoga mudra is the symbol of yoga because it reminds us to keep our heart above our head in terms of how we listen to ourselves. So squeezing those shoulders and relax. Squeeze the shoulders and relax. Squeeze them again. Make sure your feet are a little bit wider apart and begin to fold forward. Again, only going as far and staying as long as is comfortable for you. If this feels good and you want a deeper stretch, just let your hands move away from your back. Good. And inhale. Come on. Ooh, one more squeeze in the shoulders, then release. Let them float around and come down to rest. Let's jiggle the shoulders a little bit. Good. So I'm going to interlace my fingers and just begin to do a little wrist warm up. So I'm just going to circle the arms, hands, like a figure 8. Keep your shoulders and elbows relaxed. And then mix it up. Go the other direction. Good. Shake those fingers out and then let them come to rest. So we're going to do a seated forward fold because standing forward folds are kind of tricky sometimes and not always accessible to people. So I'm going to turn sideways in my chair just so you can see the position of my feet as I move through this. You can stay facing forward just as you are. So to begin, I'm going to place my feet so they're directly under my knees. Good. I'm going to breathe my chest forward and then bring it back. So we'll be progressing this fold in stages. So you can go to just whatever is your comfort level, folding forward and bringing it back. I'm going to move my feet forward about 6 or 9 inches. The further I move my feet away, the further up the back into the hamstrings, the stretch will go. Now I'm going to move my feet even further forward. Notice my knees are still a little bent. You always want to keep that soft bend in the knee. And then I'm going to come forward, and wherever you are, let yourself hold. I'm going to hold on to my chair just for stability. I'm going to come a little further forward. I'm going to place my hands on the floor. Again, this is optional. Head is relaxed. Give your head a shake to remind it to relax. Good. And let's release that. Come on up. Good. And take a few breaths. So I'm going to pick up my right knee and give it a hug. Relax your shoulders. And let's circle the ankle. Make sure you're sitting up tall. Go the other way, please. Maybe draw that knee up a little bit higher. Good. You can also be using your yoga tie behind the thigh to hold on. Ready for the figure 4 stretch? Let's do it. So crossing at the ankles, at the knee, or letting that right foot rest on top of your left thigh. Sit up tall. You can add a little more intensity to the stretch by pressing down on the knee and guiding the foot up, or adding a forward fold. The stretch is so good for the lower back. And inhale, come on up. Uncross. Pause for a breath. And we'll go to the other side. Left foot begins to lift, holding on wherever is comfortable for you. Please keep those shoulders soft. Don't let them work so hard. Circle the ankle. Other way. And let's move into the figure 4 stretch. On this side, it's going to feel different than the other side. We're not symmetrical. Gentle downward pressure on the knee, up on the foot. And for a little more depth, fold forward. Sigh out the breath. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And inhale. Let's come on up. And relax. So we'll move into our sun salutations now, because there's certainly forward folds that are in sun salutations. So again, be mindful of any restrictions that you might want to be aware of as you're doing your forward folds. Beginning with the hands at heart center. Pressing your palms towards each other. Breathe in, allow the arms to sweep up. And exhale, reach it back. Take your breath in, and then here we go, forward fold. Head relaxes. Palms to the knees, come up halfway as you breathe in. Exhale and fold. Inhaling, arms float up and they reach back. Gather your breath in to mountain and exhale back to your heart. Let's do another one of those. Breath in and out. Nice long spine as you reach back. Back to mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Palms to the knees, come up halfway. Exhale and fold. Inhaling, arms sweep up. Exhale, reach it back. Breath into mountain and right back to the heart. Pause and notice what has happened by doing sun salutations. Feel a little warmer, heart beating a little faster. All good. So we're going to come up to standing now, and we'll come up through chair pose. So remembering to move your feet back slightly so the heels are up. And as soon as you begin to stand, allow those heels to come to the floor. Hands at your hips. Breathe in, exhale, stand up, but don't straighten the knees. You want to keep the knees bent. We're in a little squat. Notice how you feel. If you want it a little bit more intense, add your arms out front or reach to the sky. And breathe. Good. Lower the arms, straighten the legs and shake them out. So when we do the 6 movements of the spine, we do the dog and the cat. So we're going to do that standing. So you can hold on with one hand if that feels appropriate, or you can release your hands. I'm going to stand sideways so you can see what I'm doing. So you're going to come into a little bit of a bend. Okay, palms are resting on your thighs. Let's inhale, let the belly drop down, let your head look up, and exhale, round your spine, tuck your chin. Inhaling into dog. So you're pushing your butt back, and then exhaling into cat. Don't lock those knees as you do this. Breathing in and out. How about one more time? Breathe in and out. Good. And then come all the way up to standing. Great job. So let's stand behind our chair. We're going to go through the moon salutation standing. You can always keep hands on the chair if you need it for support, or you can come alongside the chair if you think you don't. So let's breathe the arms up. Now remember, with the moon salute, when we bend to the side, we keep the body from rolling forward or back. Soften your knees. half moon to the right. Breathe it up to center and half moon to the left. And back through center. We're going to do a back bend. So if you'd like to protect your back, bring your hands out to the side or actually supporting your lower back. Remember, you can keep a hand or two hands on the chair as you do this. Reach back. And breathe it back to mountain. We're going to come forward, but unlike the sun salutation where we separate our arms, we're going to keep the arms together. So hinging right at your hip crease. Again, you can keep a hand on the chair as you do this. Good. Soften those knees. Let's come on up. And half moon to the left. Back to center. Half moon to the right. And back through center. Bring it to rest right at your heart. And take a breath. So coming into 5-pointed star. Always want to remember to keep those knees a little soft. I like to bend and straighten a little bit just to remind myself. Let's stretch the left arm out. And if you don't need the right hand for support, release the chair. So even though you're just standing still, it's a very dynamic pose. Think of energy going out from your center, through your arms, to your fingertips, down through your legs, feet into the earth. Good. Bending your arms at the elbow, palms facing the head. Hi, Suki. We're going to pulse in and out of goddess pose. So very slowly bending. And again, if this doesn't work for your knees, feel free to just do the arms. So we're going to add a little something here. We're going to bring the arms up as we bend the knees. Bring them back to shoulder height. A couple more times. Last time. And lower your arms. Feet stay right where they are because we're going to be moving into triangle. So we'll turn the right foot so that it's facing the chair and turn the left foot in slightly. Take your left hand and just gently guide your left hip back. Good. So you want to remind the hip to stay there. Let's stretch that left arm up and begin to arch towards the chair. If you like, release the chair and breathe. And you can adjust your gaze too. You could look straight ahead. You can look up. Or for greater stability, you can look towards the floor. Whatever works. Good. Let's inhale, reach that arm up. Let it come to rest. Ready for a counter stretch? Good. Let's bring that right arm up and over. So let's move into a forward fold that we call the runner stretch. So to do that, I'm just going to turn both of my feet so they're facing the chair. Always remember when you do runner stretch, let the bend come directly from your hip crease. So it's a flat back, not around. Okay. So here we go. Breathe in. You going to bend with me, Suki? So change the position of your hands so that you feel most supported. Nice straight spine. Length from crown to tailbone. And you can come a little further if you like. I'm going to come hands to the floor. You can also bring your hands around behind your back. This is a little more of a balance challenge. Good. Breathe in and come on up. Ooh, good. So we're going to alter this slightly by changing the position of our feet. So we're going to take that back leg and position the feet pretty much as you would for triangle. And we're going to come into a forward fold from this position with the legs in a straight line apart from each other. Again, same movement as with the straight-legged runner stretch, bending from the hips. Don't rush. Take your time. Maybe you can manage to bring your hands to the floor. It's certainly an option. And let's release that. Again, being careful, not staying down too long. Take a breath. Good. Let's do all that on the other side. So I'm going to separate my feet wide apart, but only as wide as is comfortable for you. So it might be a smaller stance, might be a little bigger. Good. Suki goes, what's happening? 5-pointed star. Feel that energy moving outward from your center. Take a few breaths here. Good. Ready for goddess pose? Actually, we should call it, because there's some men in the audience, we should call it peaceful warrior. It goes by 2 names. And let's pulse in and out. So beginning with just some gentle pulses. Again, if your knees say no way, listen to your knees. We're going to add that reach up as the legs straighten and bend as we come down. And once more. Good. Release your arms. Let's prepare for Trikonasana, triangle pose. So to do that, I'm just going to turn my left foot so the toes are facing the chair. Right foot turns in slightly. Reach up. Good. Make sure this hip stays back and begin to arch. Hand can be on the chair if you like. I'm going to release the chair and bring it inside my left leg. Remembering to adjust your gaze in any way that feels right and safe. Good. Ready to release? Here we go. Lots of energy in that right arm. Bring it up, over, float it down, and move into your counter stretch. Good. Ready for runner stretch? So now both feet are facing the chair. One hand on the chair, one hand on your hip, or both hands on your hip if you don't need them for balance. Long spine, bending forward. Asking your body what it would like to do today. Relax your head, give it a shake. Good, let's come on up. And get ready for the wide-legged forward fold. So we're going to adjust the position of the feet. Remember, pretty much the same distance that we separated them for triangle, only the toes are facing the chair. Begin to fold, soften those knees. I'm going to bring my hands down to the floor. Nice, steady breath. Good. And let's inhale and release. Wonderful. Step your feet together and take a breath. So we're going to come back to our seated position and we're going to reverse chair pose. So instead of standing up in chair pose, we're going to sit down. So make sure your heels are pretty much lined up with the legs of your chair because you want to be able to feel the chair behind you as you sit. Good. Hands at your hips. Come into a little squat. Extend your arms if you like. Good. Ready to sit down? Here we go. Lower the arms. Now press your legs back till they feel the chair and sit. Ooh, take a breath. Good. So let's finish up with another twist. We'll do the second version of the twist that we sometimes do. So I'm going to bring both my feet over to the left, and I'm going to be holding on to the back of the chair. Remember to hold on lower down on the back so your shoulders slide down as well. Breathe in. And as you exhale, begin to twist. Shoulders down. Breath steady. Let's do 2 more breaths. And then bring it back to center. And then just do a very gentle forward fold, sliding your arms down, relaxing your head. Twists and forward bends are very soothing to our Let's do those on the other side. So bring your feet all the way around to the other side, the right side. Take a moment to sit tall in your seat. And then on an exhale, let's reach around for the back of the chair. Chin is relaxed, lined up with the center of your chest. Breath is steady and prominent. Good. And breathing in, bring yourself back to center. And again, a nice, easy forward fold. Sigh out the breath. Give your head a shake to relax your neck. And inhale, come on up. And let's come into our seated relaxation now. So finding a comfortable way to sit, but one that allows your spine to be long. Finding that perfect balance between engaging the muscles and a sense of rest and ease. Eyes can close. Begin to scan your body from the tips of your toes all the way up to the crown of your head. There's no need to change anything about the way you're breathing. Simply letting the breath move in and out. Actively taking in And surrendering, letting go the exhale. And as you sit and breathe, I want to share a little reading with you from Robert Louis Stevenson. That a man is successful who has lived well, laughed often, and loved much, who has gained the respect of the intelligent men and the love of children, who has filled his niche with accomplished tasks, who leaves the world better than he found it, whether by an improved poppy, a perfect poem, a rescued soul, who never lacked appreciation of earth's beauty or failed to express it, who looked for the best in others and gave the best he or she had. A life well lived. So bringing your hands to prayer position, let's bring our practice to close today by joining our voices in the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Om. Om Shanti, peace. Namaste, Jai Bhagwan. I salute you all.